My name is Kelvin Heard, I am a healer, and this is Angela Donovan, a leading spiritual mentor.
This year, more than any year, has shown us a great deal of transparency, and in that way we're all becoming sure that it's not what we want in our world. Any country at the moment is in a terrible state. We have problems in the Middle East, and serious problems. We have a warring faction which wants war, and of course weapons that are highly dangerous unless you want everybody dead. And I really felt it's time we actually spoke out and shared some of the truth of what we believe through the people we know and what's actually happening. And enough of us together can actually put a stop to what is going to be a world destruction. And it's not just the Middle East. We've got a problem in the Western world where there's so many leaders who feel they are the elite, who can control the whole world, that they're now looking at Russia and at China, and already they've discarded Iran, which is really a beautiful country with beautiful people. And we've got a situation brewing right now at this moment where they actually want to not only saber rattle, but they actually want to start the war, not even giving thought to the fact that it could kill them all off, as well as us, all of us. And a lot of us, a mass majority, do not want these wars. And we've got to do something about it, don't you agree?
I totally agree with you. When I look around at the world at the moment, I see extreme poverty, which is being caused by war. It concerns me greatly, the backers of war and the countries, again, which back war. You could have a war going on in Africa, and yet, there are bullets with United States tattooed on them, or the UK.
They're trying to keep us on this war footing. But what if the idea is to actually kill off the mass of humanity? And you've got to think, if you think dirty, then you start seeing a very different view of what's actually going on here. And it's only through people like us actually saying enough is enough. We've got to actually spread another way of being.
Absolutely.
And to explain to people that there is a true spirituality that they can tap into.
Yeah.
But because a lot of people don't believe in the spirituality. We've got religions who do, and I like to transcend religion and say that our soul and our heart has to be connected here in order to actually put a thought out of intention to put a stop to what they are doing while we all sit back and watch.
Exactly, and I think moving on with the spiritual idea there, that spirituality is very much a man-made concept, and I think that's one that humanity has to move away from, and to understand that it is a more universal concept, and that we can all become, very much in our own, and we can become free to think, where we've been just dumbed down by religion for thousands of years, and we need to move very much, on with that.
But you see, man, and forgive me saying man, not woman, and I mean that, has actually used religion to keep the people in control, I believe. And now we've still got the people in control. And anybody that does stick their head up to try and stop what's happening and say that they have evidence of this going on, are actually stopped.
Absolutely. I think there's one big word here, which is the word of fear. Humanity has been absolutely subjected to, years and years of fear, whether it's religion, whether it's through war, whatever it's through. People just have lost their voice.
But, if we can have our own empowerment, I don't mean everybody's ready for this, but if we can keep it independent of spirit and go for freedom, because if we have the freedom within us, they cannot do this to all of us. And the saddest thing is that it's come over as rather like a black treacle, and people are not noticing it until they can't breathe.
It's true. It's true.
Like the chemtrails talking about black treacle. You know, everything's happening up there in the sky, excuse me, and who has arranged that? Could it be several scientists who thought this brainchild up to spray our skies, let it all come down so that we can't breathe, our plants are dying, our animals die. And, you know, enough of us have to stand up and say, well, this is not what we want, and we don't agree with it. They think they're more intelligent, more brainy than we are to do this. And we've got this artificial intelligence being grown, which is now moving in to our society, into the computers, into the election computers. And it's like there is a live thing in everything.
Yeah. I agree with what you say. And I think talking of that, you look at the way the media is handled, and the way that stories are brought forward, then they're taken away. It's handled in a very, very powerful way to create and keep humanity in a wrap, in a bubble, so they will never think outside the box.
So truly, if we really wanted to be clever on this, what would we do to shake everyone up? We would actually cause some disturbance, because otherwise they won't wake up.
Exactly.
But not perhaps the way our controllers and our world leaders are trying to do it.
But I think 2012 is about this. It is about the wakening up.
All right, so how would they wake up? Would it be because there's going to be such terrible war and destruction?
I think there will be terrible wars and destruction, and I think, as you've said, people are almost suffocated. At the moment they're looking for answers, but at the moment they may be looking for answers in the wrong places, which is drugs and alcohol. But very soon they will start looking in the correct place, which is towards wisdom, knowledge and enlightenment.
Okay, so what if you see the understanding of taking, when you say drugs, you don't mean allopathic drugs, you're talking about like...
I'm talking about cocaine, heroin, marijuana.
But these quick fixes, as such, pardon the pun, are because it raises your consciousness, falsifying it, but it raises it. So these people are thinking this is the only way they can see another world.
Absolutely.
And same even with alcohol, it dulls down the fear mode and allows you to have a fix. And I mean, I'm empathising to an extent because I realise what's happening. We have to find something else to raise our consciousness, don't we?
Yeah, we do. And I think the question there is, when people are taking different substances, where are they actually trying to get to? That's the big question. Or what are they trying to get away from? There's two questions there.
This is where Mr. Heard the healer comes in.
Indeed.